This time of year literally gives us PTSD.
Yeah. Even thinking about leaving the homestead. So we're doing it.
We're doing it. Okay, so this is our last night on the homestead before we leave to go on vacation.
For 4 nights.
4
right?
nights, yeah.
5 days, 4 nights.
But the longest we've left, I can't even remember when we left for long.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's been a very long time.
So
before we had goats or anything.
yeah, so it's given us a little bit of anxiety, but we're okay. We know the place is going to be in good hands, but we thought it would be good to do a nice garden walk. One for us, so when we get back, we'll be like, wow, everything has exploded.
Yeah.
Hopefully not died. And we haven't done it in a really long time, so it's good for you all to see a garden walk.
Yeah.
Let's get right at it.
Let's do it.
Starting off with my beautiful zinnias that are all right here. And have you all seen a theme? The pink and white, pink and white, pink and white. And then look at this guy. Look at this orange zinnia that decided to sprout amongst all of these beautiful pink and white zinnias. When I saw that orange zinnia pop up, it really caught me off guard. We didn't plan pink and white zinnias in here. It kind of did its own thing, and it's been really beautiful, and it's color coordinated, and it's nice. But it made me start thinking about that orange zinnia. When a world is full of pink and white, when it seems like you're either a pink zinnia or a white zinnia and you're molding into exactly what it's supposed to be within that bed, that orange zinnia is what we're all supposed to be. We're supposed to be different. We're not supposed to just mold to what we feel as if we should be. Every pink and white zinnia is as gorgeous and as beautiful as it absolutely can be. But that orange zinnia stands out.
Yeah. Be different. Be a light.
Be a light. And it's important to be the light. And the orange zinnia, be it.
These guys have actually saved our zucchini and squash. We let them back here in hopes that they would eat the bugs and not the plants. And they have done just that, and to 100% ability. They're awesome. They have gotten rid of our squash bugs. We have no squash bugs now. We have not lost any more plants. All we lost was one because we caught it early. They don't eat the plants. They don't interfere. They just eat the bugs and go on about their day. And we love them.
Because they're awesome. All right, so we are harvesting as we go because we feel like we're being gone for a really long time, but we're not gone that long. So we can go ahead and harvest some of our stuff. And y'all, this thing right here, this morning, it was not ready to harvest. How many people have seen that meme about a zucchini being about this big in the morning and this big in the evening?
Well, it was like 8 o'clock, it's tiny. 8:15, it's almost ready. 8:30,
it's huge. So that's what happened here. And we have a few more that we're gonna go ahead and get out and get the harvest and set them on the table. They will last by the time we get back. And then we're making zucchini bread.
Yeah. Look at all that food. We'll try to remember to show you what we have on the table too. It's a whole lot, all kinds of food.
So one thing you're gonna see a theme of during this garden walk is so many things that we have been patiently waiting on. It's probably gonna peak while we're gone.
Yeah.
One is this beautiful sunflower. It is gonna be dark red. And she is going to be absolutely beautiful, and she's going to be a volunteer from last year. She has multiple heads, so I guarantee it's one of those velvet ones velvet queens that we planted last year, and we absolutely loved them. But we've been waiting on her for a really long time. Guarantee it does it while we're gone.
Look at all the beautiful calendula flowers coming up. They're so pretty. I need to cut them back. Probably will in the morning before we leave, but they're so beautiful. Love them.
And then we have a bunch of marigolds over here hanging out with the zinnias that we got. And we'll cut all them back as well. It's always such a hard struggle when you have cut flowers to actually cut them. So we do make vases here and there, but you want the beauty in your garden. And so we decided, since we're not gonna be here and we don't come out for about a week to go look at them, we're gonna cut them back. That way they'll grow healthier, but we don't miss them.
purslane greens are so good. They're growing so well. And we're just kind of eating on them as we want to. Put them in salads. Oh, they're so good. What's the sweetest? Get you some purslane.
Get you some purslane. So many people call them weeds. And it's pretty crazy because
they are a weed. They grow wild.
Well, now listen to me. There's a difference. Just because something grows wild doesn't mean it's a weed. Chamomile grows wild in certain areas. Dandelions. Just because it grows wild doesn't mean it's a weed. So if you have that growing around your area, I promise you, that is fantastic salad food.
Yeah.
And we understand it might be prolific and it might go wild. Everybody said about the comfrey as well, and we've kept it contained into a certain spot. It's all about how much you want to control it, and how much you want to take care of that item if you really love it. So if you like purslane and you have it growing wild, I highly recommend eating the fire out of that because it is such a good salad green.
So good for you too.
It is.
Superfood, basically.
Superfood that can grow in the summer, because how many salad greens come and grow in the summer?
Yeah.
Not many that are not bitter. And this is so good. So if you're one of those that have it grown wild, start enjoying it. Do not let it just be a weed. Take the benefits from it, and especially with all other things that are growing in your area. Don't just call it a weed. Find the benefit and make it useful. Yeah. Speaking of comfrey, in the very last video, you all saw me cut this all the way back to the bare bones of nothing. It's been 2 days. And look at it. It's already coming back like it is just vibrant as ever. And that's the great thing about comfrey. As long as you stay on it and you use its benefits, it will be one of your favorite plants. If you let it go wild, it's going to take over a garden. This corn has grown so big, so fast, and I absolutely love it. It's becoming one of my favorite things to grow, and I cannot wait till next year to make a huge plant of it. We are going to grow so much of it, and it's such a beneficial thing to grow. And I just hope we have such a good pollination because we grew it in this box with a lot of closeness, do a lot of shaking, we get a lot of wind, and we fertilize really well for it. So I'm really excited about the corn. Okay, now it's time to show you one of the most exciting things that I have seen in this garden this year is this. So this is where loofah grew last year. Now we have sugar baby watermelons. First off, there are little watermelons everywhere, but this little guy was hiding from us.
Look at this thing. Oh my goodness, this will be our first ever successful watermelon.
I'm so excited for it.
I'm so excited. We thought about giving it support, but honestly, it's so wrapped around this and it's not stressing the plant at all. It's just hanging really finely and it feels okay. And my biggest fear is that it's going to ripen while we're gone. Our first ever watermelon.
So you might be asking yourself, that's a good question. How do you know when a watermelon's ripen? So the first thing you do is first think squash. Any squash, pumpkin plants, they kind of all have the same aspect. At the top where the stem is, when it starts turning a little bit brown and acts like it's drying out, that's when it's at its best time to harvest. This one's getting there. It's not quite there yet. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all. We might pull that bad boy off before we leave in the morning.
There's another one here.
Oh, is he stuck in there?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't want to pull it out too much.
Yeah, well, if you don't, then it's gonna get stuck.
Oh, there we go.
Let him hang.
Did you see this guy down there?
We have another guy? Oh, let's see that guy. Look at here. They just hide everywhere. We have little watermelons everywhere. This thing is doing awesome. We planted it late, and it's already some of it at the top of the cattle panel. All right, y'all. I cannot wait to harvest these peppers. We might need to do this, babe. We might need to go ahead and take them. But look at these yellow monsters. Look how big of a bell pepper that is.
So big.
It is huge. Here's my hand. It's from tip to tip. And they are so big. We have huge ones everywhere on here. We have more over here. Come look. Look at these peppers. I mean, they are ginormous.
They're gonna be so good.
I cannot wait to eat them. This pepper bed has done absolutely amazing. We took our first cayenne, and look at the amount of cayennes that are on here. They are absolutely everywhere. This daggone plant right here snapped in half over a storm, and it caught right back up and are huge. We have more cayennes here. We're gonna have cayenne pepper running out of our ears.
I love cayenne powder though, so it's good.
Yeah, exactly. This one is a habanada, or no, this one's Sugar Rush. See him right there?
Yeah.
They're coming out. This is the habanada. Oh, that one might be, it hasn't turned, but look at that guy.
He's cute.
That's
This bed is crazy.
jalapenos.
This looks nothing like our pepper bed last year.
Absolutely not. We grew it in a smaller bed that didn't have as much soil or as fertilizer. And this pepper bed is absolutely taking
They're
off.
all holding hands.
Come over here and look at the poblanos. So down here, if you can see, are our poblanos. And they're getting huge. And look at the amount of banana
We're
peppers we
picking
got.
banana peppers every day.
Yeah, that's just 2 plants. I mean, that is probably 100, not 100, that's way exaggerated. But about 15 to 20 banana peppers that are in here ready to take right now. So what we do in times like this when we're gonna go somewhere, we're gonna take these with us. We can't preserve them, we do not have time. So we're gonna take these, and that saves us from having to go to the grocery store. So we're taking our fresh garden, taking it straight down with us. We're gonna harvest them tonight, and we'll have fresh garden veggies while we're in Gallup.
Yeah, how cool is that? We won't have to go to a local farm stand or anything like that. We just take our own.
Exactly. And y'all, I know it's gonna happen. I know this. Now it's in a 18-inch bed, so it's taller than me. I'm 6 foot. I know this daggone thing is gonna open up
Oh, yeah.
while I'm gone,
It is.
and it's gonna make me so sad. But look at the sunflower.
It's
Gosh, I
huge.
cannot wait for it to open up. It's gonna be so pretty. It's starting to form its head,
It's gonna be beautiful.
but I know it's gonna happen. And we did support it. I've got to support it here against the cattle panel just so the wind doesn't sling it. Man, someone else is gonna get to enjoy it for one day. I just hope the birds don't take care of it
Right,
before we get back. Exactly. So we went ahead and decided to harvest the yellow bells because we want to take them with us, and they're just the biggest green bell peppers I've ever seen. And then we had quite a few banana peppers and jalapenos.
Yeah, so how cool is that? We're gonna take all these peppers on vacation with us and have fresh food from our garden to eat the whole time. And
Can't
I'm
beat
just like super proud of that.
I am too.
I'm just really, really happy about it.
All right, y'all, the okra is getting really big.
Okra.
Okra. This is another thing that's just like zucchini. It looks like it's like about that big in the morning, and they're this big in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is okay. It's a little big.
but we don't mind it.
Right, and it'll be fine fried. The whole thing about okra, or okra, is when they get too big, some people say they get a little slimy, which I totally understand. But your big ones, fry them.
Yeah.
Cut them up, deep fry them. You won't get that slimy.
We don't mind them at all. We love okra and we'll eat it anyway.
Yeah, and so we got several in here that we're gonna harvest up. Man, and it's beautiful. So normal okra is gonna be green. Well, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, normal. This is Alabama red that we have here from Haas Tools, and then we have Jing orange. So that's the two. Actually, these are the Jing orange. The Alabama red are the big fat ones, which you'll see here in just a minute. But they're a beautiful okra. And we've got several inside and a lot out here. This is about the size that you actually want it to be. Maybe a little bit bigger, but that's more closer to what you're looking for. Jing orange, Alabama red. And so it has a reddish tint that comes to it, but it's much shorter and stockier, where these are taller and skinnier. Hey, tomato time. Jen is picking a tomato. Let's see. I don't remember which one that is. We'll have to look it up. What's that say?
Nothing.
Nothing. So we'll have to wait until it ripens a little bit more, but let's see this guy.
By golly, I'm taking it.
Yeah, I can't tell. It might be a Kentucky beefsteak, if I had to
Right.
guess. But we'll see once it ripens, it'll tell us. But we have so many monsters that are growing in here. Look at that handful. And y'all, I've talked about it in like every single video. These two red snappers right here, they're absolutely huge. See these guys? I mean, they're more than a handful. And do y'all see this one? Quite blushing. I hate, yep, got it.
He's
Oh
mine.
no, oh no.
Oh no. We'll cut it off. He's fine.
Yeah,
It's
turn
fine.
it this way.
Cut it off. He's
But
mine.
you're right. Okay, y'all. So these big bad boys we've been watching for so long, and we're leaving, and no one gets to have this ginormous monster besides us. So he gets to come with us. This guy is still very yellow, but he doesn't have this mark, so that makes us happy. But hopefully he stays green until we get back. So we have all kinds of tomatoes still green. We've told everybody that's gonna come take care of our place, if they see a ripe one and they want it, you're more than welcome to have it, which I see one right there. So they don't get that one. That guy's ours. Meanwhile, Jen's over here in Cherryland. The cherries are just doing awesome. There's nothing better than seeing a perfect form like this right here. It makes me so happy to see. This is our Rosella plant, and it's quickly turned into one of my favorite cherry plants. Oops, knocked that one off. It was ready anyways. But they're so beautiful and so tasty.
Give me that one.
I got it. You gonna eat it?
No.
Tell them what the Rosella tastes like. What's it taste like?
The perfect cherry tomato.
The perfect cherry tomato.
Yeah.
Nice. So sweet, tart.
A little tart.
All
Perfect.
All the pros of a tomato.
Yeah.
Nice.
Perfect.
All right, where are you headed to now?
All these cherries.
Those are the blueberries, I think, right?
Blueberries, cherries. I love them.
They're really
so
good too. I've been impressed with the flavor. A few said that they weren't too happy with it.
Oh wow.
But we do love them, which we also like low acid tomatoes, and they are very good at that.
Those are still.
I see a couple right there. Get them bad boys.
I am.
I am. Grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Eat them all. And then this is our Bonnie's Best Bed. We've picked a few out of them, but they are just the best solid tomatoes you'll ever see. They rarely have any kind of issues going on, and we absolutely love them. And look up here. Look how many we got going on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, your germination is great. They act like a cherry tomato because they're so prolific, and they do so extremely well. And then our Tiger melon right here is taking off, doing awesome. We don't have any fruit that's on these just yet. This is the honeydew that's kind of doing its own thing each way. And I think that might be a little bit of the shade that might be happening on the backside of this area. It's so good in your garden to test different things out and move things around and see where shade might be or what might do better here or what might do better there. I'm stepping on this new motion, it's freaking me out. I'm not sure if I'm stepping on a plant or not. But yeah, so we can obviously tell we planted on the other side of this tomato bed where the sugar baby watermelons are and the Kajari melons are. They are doing incredibly well, and they were planted after these. So you can easily tell that over here is getting more shade. They are not as prolific as you would think they would be just yet. So maybe next year we don't do this guy here and we do something else and we move it more to the front, because obviously this area is not taking off as we expected, but they're still doing really well. We just might have a much later harvest. I get to talking, someone's already ran off to the cucumbers. You find some?
I did, I got 2. And
Nice. So the Be It Alphas are taking off, and we finally have got all kinds of fruit that's happening on these pallet trellises. It's one of those, it's running out of our ears kind of situations with the cucumbers. But that's what we love. We love cucumbers, and we do it a lot less this year because last year we grew so many that we have pickles for what, 3-4 years?
Long time.
Long time. So just keep that in mind with whatever you're growing. If the year before you grew so much that you canned more than you could ever imagine, which is a good thing, don't do it again the next year because you don't need them. Use that space for something else, and that's what we did with our cucumbers. We just moved them to the pallet trellises because obviously you still want some fresh cucumbers and a couple more pickles because you can't have too many, right? But we moved all of where our cucumbers were that we now grow melons. So we'll have them this year, which we didn't have them last year. So just, you got to have the mindset of not overkilling your pantry with too much of the same thing, because as much as your pantry might get wore out of it, you do too.
That's right.
Y'all, I ain't gonna lie to you. And this green beans bed that we got on these trellises and in this bed, it's enough for our whole year right stinking now. But a lot of them are small. We're gonna wait till we get back, and we're gonna have a big old cannon party of green beans because they are full of them. All right, off we go to the one and last stop of our area. The most exciting part to me of our gardening that we have done all year, this new tomato bed. There are some that are ready, so we're gonna get them off there, plus a couple okra. And we're just gonna check it out and make sure everybody's doing well after we've tied them up.
So we're gonna pull a few off if we can find them, hopefully more than just one, and put it in our beautiful bucket to take with us.
And that's a good stuffed tomato. It has such a pretty stripe.
I can't wait to try them. They look so meaty.
Yeah, they look
love a
awesome.
meaty tomato.
But this one's blushed quite a bit. You can tell it's like green on the top, but it's very red here. So it's enough to take it off because this is an exposed area.
Yeah.
Rabbits, squirrels, everything can get to it. So when they start to blush, we really got to take them. Apparently we did not see that guy.
He's huge. More okra. We have 2 okra plants back here.
Yeah. Another tomato.
Don't know what it is, but another tomato.
A lot of labels gone. All right, y'all, things are getting serious. We harvested yesterday, and then now today we've got that squash, zucchini, a bunch of okra, a handful of tomatoes. Look at all that beauty and color. These ginormous yellow green bell peppers. I just can't get over the size of these things. Look at that. They're awesome. Wyatt is gonna absolutely love those. Bunch of banana peppers, a few jalapenos, and one little bitty habanada.
Eat it.
You want to eat the habanada? All right, tell us how it is.
Okay.
Or actually, was that a sugar rush or a habanada? Because sugar rush is hot, so you're about to tell.
Really?
Is it warm or is it mild?
I mean, it's definitely warm.
That's a sugar rush. My bad.
Is it fun?
Don't get to the seeds.
I'm in it.
How is it?
It's spicy, but it's not that bad.
Wait, is it jalapeno spicier or less?
Less.
Less than a jalapeno?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's good. I mean, you're in the seeds, so it didn't take you down. All right, so that was the garden walk before we leave. So now everything that you all saw, y'all know the height, y'all know where it stands, and it's good for us too. So when we get back, we can watch this video and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we grew that much in a week.
Yeah.
But July is a rough month for us. As happy as it should be because of Wyatt's birthday, my birthday, and I have a lot of family that has July birthdays.
Yeah, a lot of birthdays.
It's also the year anniversary of my dad dying. The 27th will be here before we know it. It's 10 days after my birthday. And the last time we actually took a real trip, was it? No, it wasn't the last time. But the last time we tried to take a trip this month, we were in Michigan. And that's when we got the call that he had an issue, a heart attack, and we had to come home. And so it's kind of a sensitive issue.
Yeah, little PTSD surrounding it. You know, God willing, everything will be fine. People will be fine. Animals will be fine. Everything will make it. But there are some unknown circumstances. Both his grandparents are in a nursing home, separate nursing homes.
Which my nanny
Nanny
just went to a hospital.
She was transferred yesterday. So still unknown what's going to happen there. A lot of things are up in the air, but this was scheduled. So we're going and we're going to pray that it is not the same situation as last year and that we can just have a good time and not have PTSD.
Right. We've accepted the fact that there's no right time to do anything in your life, but you can't let it stop you. There's always going to be something that'll give you an excuse to miss an opportunity, and we're not going to allow that to happen. I know I don't go to sleep regretting that we went to Michigan that weekend. I know Gary would have wanted us to, so I don't fear that missing a couple of days would be the reason that someone will want us to stay here.
Right.
We love what we do. We love our family. It's just a anxiety riddled thing that we fight. But it's okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna be okay. We're gonna have a good time.
We're gonna have an amazing time.
It's gonna be a great vacation.
And everyone is gonna be fun. And it's gonna be just fantastic. It's gonna be a great week.
It's gonna be fun.
So you're seeing this on Monday evening. We should actually be live right now, but we can.
You will not see this Monday evening. There is absolutely no way I will get this edited
Right.
enough to you.
No, you're seeing what we're doing is on Monday evening.
Oh, okay, my bad.
But we had to tie up some loose ends,
Yeah.
make sure we had a video for tomorrow. Couldn't fit it all in and pack and have fun with the
Right.
kids, all that stuff. So, I forgot where I was going with that.
Well, anyways, we forgot where that was headed.
Yeah.
We have kind of a mush brain, making sure that everyone and everything knows exactly what they're
And
supposed
we
to
don't
do. while
forget
we're gone.
anything.
Yeah.
We're gonna forget something.
Y'all know how it is trying to go on vacation.
Yeah.
Once we get there, we'll relax and be good, but we just need to get there.
Yeah.
But I hope you all enjoyed today's garden walk video. It's so exciting harvesting thing, especially stuff like this fantastic pepper. Like,
Yeah.
have y'all seen it? Have I showed it enough? Hang on with me. I'm losing you. Look at this pepper. It's like the size of my head.
Yeah.
It's huge. Look, it's bigger than her head.
Yeah.
I freaking love it. Like, we grew this thing, and you know, even though we garden every year, the harvest never ceases to excite us, and I love that. Never lose that excitement. Always stay excited about it. Growing your own food, because it's an amazing thing that all of us do every single year, to be able to take our own food on vacation, not having to go to a Walmart or whatever and buy produce, because we can just take it with us.
Yeah.
So you all keep growing your own food. Don't be fearful of going on vacation. Don't be fearful of anything. There's never a right time to do it. But you, as yourself and your family, have to just take it by the bull by the horns and go for it, and not live in fear. Do your thing every single day.
That's right.
All right, y'all. If you haven't forgot to subscribe, make sure to do so down below.
We love you.
Until the next one.
Bye.
Bye.